So once again, so let's start today's Anyone Python. It's for episode 9. So it's the last week of the Anyone Python season 1. So I realized that a lot of students didn't receive the email. I think that's because of the inbox. Some of the your inbox is set the spam mail, so it went to the your spam mail. If you do not receive my email after the class, please check your spam box. Okay, so let's start with the stretch today like this. So today we have the Unji and the Trinity. So please ask any question to the Unji and the Trinity. And also, as a user, please mute your audio during the lesson. That helps a lot for me to prepare the smooth, the managing the class. Also, turn on the video. I know some of you are shy, but you don't have to. Okay, so if I do not see your face, it's really like the teaching without student. Okay, so it's for me it's very hard to talk and see your reaction, and it's the same to the Unji and Trinity. If when they the response your questions, so please turn on your video and use your full name. Okay, so right now we have the very last the participant than the user. I think that's because I received the last minute email from the many students, but you can always catch up the class if you miss the class using the YouTube and channel. Okay, so also here is my plan. So I'm going to end the season 1 on Friday. So it's the last week of the season 1 Anyone Python, and I'm going to have one more special episode the next week, the Tuesday. That will be kind of the final exam. So in terms of academia, but it's like the programming contest based on what we have learned the last 5 weeks, the 10 episodes. So then I'm going to give the 2-3 the problem. Then it's like the hackathon or competition, whatever the name is. Then you guys solve the problem. Then I'm going to the rank based on your response time, submission time, as well as your quality of your code. So next week Tuesday, the same time, I'd like to have the actually this Friday is the last session, but next week I'm going to have one more session that is kind of the competition for the Carol programming. Okay, so I expect the most of the you guys join such a special session of the season 1. I do not have any plan, and I do not know the next season, but hopefully you learned something from this season, Anyone Python with Carol. Then you guys are ready to start something new. Okay, so let's start today's lesson. So let me start with the poll today. So I'd like to give quickly the anonymous poll. So question is, you are preparing for the final exam, or whatever the exam is below the next week. So which plan do you prepare to study? So first, so you have 3 subjects for math. So you are going to study algebra, geometry, and calculus. The second subject, English, so including Hamlet, Othello, Romeo, and Juliet. And the third subject is science, including biology, physics, and computer science. So which way do you prepare to study? So first way is complete all math, then followed by the all English, and followed by the all science. Or so you can study the chapter of each subject, like the algebra from the math, and the Hamlet from English, and the biology from science. Then followed by the second chapter of each chapter, and the third one, and so on. So which way do you prepare? So we have 21 participants today, so please select one of them. I'm going to wait until all the people answer response. Okay. Meanwhile, if you're already done, so please keep stretching out until all people response. Okay. So 15. Let's see, 17. So we still have the 5 more. So we have total 22 participants. So Unji and Trinity, you guys also can respond. One of this. Okay. Okay, so I think still the 5, 6, but we cannot wait forever. So let me start here, the end poll, and share the result. So this is our result. So 40%, roughly the 1/3, like the first method, like the complete all math first, and then followed by the all English, and finally all science. Then, but majority is algebra, Hamlet, the biology, so piece, the first part of each subject completed. Then go back, moving to the next chapter of each subject, and finally the last chapter of each subject, like that. So it's roughly the 60%. So it's pretty much okay. There's no the golden way for studying. It's totally up to you. But today we are going to start the similar the topic in computer science. So let me stop the sharing. Then go back to the my iPad. Okay. So we are going to start. So we actually we are studying the N01 Python to learn about the Python. What is the purpose of the Python? We'd like to use computer research using computer program language. That's what we have learned so far. So for example, the Python is the language to communicate with the computer. And using the Python program language, we can do a lot of things. So some of you guys are very interesting to get a job in the IT company or the computer related job, like the working on the Google or Facebook or Instagram. So it's not dream job. A lot of people are working for such a company. But if you join such a company, so you are not going to just create or develop the small program only. Most of people will be assigned one big project. Oops, so my pen. So one big project. Then probably you are going to work with the other people. Okay. So for example, this year, my team will develop the new Instagram interface. Then you are not the only ones, so probably 100, sometimes 1,000. The people work together. Then how can we manage such a huge project to build a new Instagram interface? Okay, so people are using the different way, different method. So for example, as if you are working, you are studying, you are planning for the final exam. So each and every student have the different method. We cannot say this one is the best, this one is worse, but it depends. So in computer science and such a programming project, it's the same thing. There are a bunch of different ways to develop the computer, the project, and manage such a computer related project. So today we are going to talk about the software development process. Sometimes it's called the software engineering. So this software engineering there is no AI, there is no the program language, there is no data mining, there is no big data without software engineering. So software engineering is one of computer science area, but it's very important to manage the huge, sometimes very, very complicated project. So But among the many different ways, just like you select one of your preference for your final exam. So today I'm going to introduce the well-known and very powerful such a software engineering SE the method. So let me change the our sharing. Okay, so can you see the desktop? Okay, so this is one of the way. This is called the waterfall, the software engineering. Waterfall means so like it's similar as what you select if you select the first way of the port. So this is quite similar one. So for example, if you have the math, then complete the math first. Okay, then next one, complete the English, then last and the science, such a thing. So if you complete the first task completely, then move to the next one. So in software engineering, when you develop the software, when you create the coding program, so something like that, there are the steps like the requirement, design. You don't have to worry about such a details, but there are number of tasks to be completed at this time. So first complete the first task, then move to the next task, and so on. This one is called, it looks like the waterfall. Water is coming down from top to bottom, so like this way. So this is called the waterfall approach. So, but that's the only way? No, there is a bunch of different ways. So, but another popular method is called, yes, the spiral. The method spiral. You know what is a spiral? Spiral starting from the middle, then it can move around like this. So we have to think about the number of tasks. So like we have the chapter 1 and chapter 2. Not chapter. For example, this one is the math, and this one is the English, and this one is the science. This one is the physical education, like this. So we are going to start here. So very basic, chapter 1 of math, then chapter 1 of the English, chapter 1 of the science, chapter 1 of PE. Then move to the next level. There is a chapter 2 and the chapter 2 and so on. And we can moving around like a spiral. Finally, we are going to complete all the subject. That makes sense. A lot of people, like the 60% of you guys, select this way when you study. It's the same thing in the computer, the project. So when you develop the project, when you complete the project, so sometimes such the approach is very useful. We cannot say which one is better than the other, but depending on the problem or the project, we can select the one of this approach. So then another way to manage such a software is let me go back to where is it? Yes, my laptop, my iPad. Okay. So we learned about that there are two ways. One is the waterfall, and another way is the spiral. Very similar way, but it's another the method to manage the software development is sometimes it's called the top-down approach. Top-down is similar as the waterfall, but it starts from the very high level. Okay. Then another approach is called the iterative. So iterative is very similar as the spiral. It starts from the easy one, chapter 1, and solve the easy one problem first, then move to the next level, and so on. So today, I'd like to introduce the most useful and powerful and the mostly used such as software engineering. The method way is a top-down approach. Sometimes it's called the refinement of the software engineering. So let's go back to the my desktop. Then yes. So this is today's problem. So today we are going to solve the very, very complicated. It's much, much tougher than the previous one. It's the most the complicated and difficult problem, but you are able to. So we are going to use top-down approach, top-down method to solve the problem today. Okay, so you should pay attention and also follow me the step by step. Otherwise, it's just the nothing. So you cannot follow. It's not easy concept, but if you follow me, I believe that you are able to. And also, because of that, before we start, as a user, please open your the N01 Python folder and download any Python the zip file and unzip and see this one. Before we start the Python, as you can see, one file is the problem file, but I already provide the solution. It's a solution. This file will not work, but you can refer. If you if you cannot follow my lecture today, so from time to time you can just check the solution. Then sometimes you can copy and paste, or you can refer. Then try to understand the approach, how we are solving the problem. That's more important, okay? I don't care whether you complete this project or not, but if you understand how to solve the problem, then pretty much you learned a lot today, okay? So this is today's problem. So beeper collecting carol. So carol is collecting the beeper, but as you can see here, the favorite, the function of the June, that's the annotate. So here, so carol is moving the avenue, like this column, okay? Then each column, each avenue, so carol is collecting the beeper. Which means it's the south to north, so collecting this way and get all of this. That makes sense? Then move to the next avenue. Then get all of this and move back to the first, the street. Okay, then so on. Get all the beeper and move to next. And get all the beeper and move to next. Get all beeper, move to next. Get all beeper, move to next. Then next, if there's nothing, there's no beeper to collect. So then move to the next, right? Then collect all of this. Then move to next. If there are beeper, you can collect. But here nothing. So here the 9,1 in this position. So carol put back all the beeper, collected beeper to this position. In this case, it's 25 beeper total. Okay, so here, if you count all of this, it's 25. So put back all 25 beeper here. Then move back to return back to the home. It's a 1,1 position here. So this is the problem that you are going to solve. Okay, so do I say let's start? No, not yet. Okay, not yet. I don't think even the very genius guy who's of the Python cannot solve the problem at once. Even I don't recommend. Okay, that's such a way. So let's go back to the change. Is there any stop? Then move back to my iPad again. Yes. So think about please think about the problem again. So problem, I'd like to draw the problem very quickly. So we have the carol work, then the carol started here, bottom left corner, and collect all the beeper and put the right bottom corner, then move back to the home, the carol. This is our problem. So in very, very the high level, okay? So how many tasks do we have to solve? So this is the beeper collecting problem. So we have the first, the beeper collecting problem. So this beeper collecting problem, how many the task? You don't have to think about the coding right now. So in terms, so you are, suppose that you are Carol. So how many tasks do you have? Okay, how many tasks? Anyone? So first, Carol need to collect, okay? The first task is Carol. The collect all beeper. This is the first task right here, okay? Then next task is what? Drop all beeper, okay? Drop all beeper. So that is this one. Then next, well, we need the carol need to back to home, right? Yes, right. The just very nice. So the third task is the back to home, return home. Let's say the return home. So we can find the three main tasks from the beeper collecting today's problem. So first one is collect all beeper. And second, drop all beeper. Then third one, return home. Okay, then start the program. So why don't you create your main? Okay, so your main, so have the three tasks. Each task will be function. So why don't you open let me. So let's start the Python. My laptop is slow, so it takes some time. So if you're ready to download and unzip, open, and see the desktop. Always go to the Anyone Python on the desktop, and today's the Anyone Python E09 is here and open. Please open the Python. Then, so as you can see, there are two files. One is our problem solving file. Another one is just in case you cannot follow, please use the solution. Okay, but I strongly encourage you to follow me. So first one is to delete the path. Okay, so then create the three tasks. Collect all the beeper. This is the first function. Definitely it's an error. You don't worry about the red, the underline. So we didn't create yet. So drop all beeper. This is the second task that we are going to solve. Then third one is return and home. Okay. So collect all beeper and drop all beeper and return home. So then what we're gonna do is create the function. So collect all beepers. Then don't forget the colon. Then the pass, because we do not have anything yet. So similarly, drop all beeper, then pass. So we do not have anything. So then third one is return home, then pass. So this is the first task we are going to solve. The first is our problem, the collecting beeper. Then to solve the collecting beeper, we found the three main tasks. One is collect all beeper. Then second, the drop all beeper. Third, return home. If we complete each task 1, 2, 3, then it's done. Okay. Then if you want, you can run this one. So this is the problem that we are going to, even though you run this, nothing, because we didn't complete yet. Okay, so don't worry. So just close. Then our next approach is to solve the next level problem. As I said, it's a top-down approach. Top level, 3 tasks we identify. Then we are going to solve the first task, this one, collect all beeper. Okay, so let's go back to the main problem. So when you see the problem, the first task is collect all beeper. How can you solve how can you collect all beeper? If you have, think about, if you have the way to collect the beeper in one line. So it looks like let's call this is tower. So for example, here, where is my, yes, the favorite annotation. So if you have the way to collect the one line, so let's say this is tower. Okay, looks like the tower. So I live in tower view. So tower. So run the tower, collect the beeper in one tower, move. Collect the beeper in one tower, move. Collect the all beeper in one tower, move, and so on, right? So which means the first task, collect all beeper, consists of what? Consists of what? Collect all beeper in one tower and repeat and repeat. How can we repeat? Loops, yes, very nice. So let's clear, then go back to this problem. So what we need to do is to collect, let's start, collect all beeper. To collect all beeper, what do we need to do? Collect, let's say all one tower. Collect the one tower. If we have the collect the one tower and move. So as Justin suggests, so we can use the loop, but later we will consider. Instead, let's make the what? We need to create the collect one tower. Don't forget this column. Then it's not pass. Let's move into so first we start the 3 tasks, collect all beeper. For the collect all beeper here, so we identify the next collect one tower. So how can you collect the one tower? How? So think about how can we collect the beeper in one line, one tower. First, you need the carrier is here, yes. So carrier is facing to where? east. So turn left first, right? Turn left. And after turn left, the carrot can pick up. Okay? Pick up until no beeper, right? Then turn around, then move to word, right? So we can identify the step. The first step is first, turn left, right? Turn left is the given function. Then second, well, we can collect the line of beeper until when? No beeper, right? We can keep collecting until no beeper. You probably get the idea how is we can use the loop. And third, after you collect the all beeper, turn around. We made the turn around the beeper. We can create again, turn around. Then first, carrot need to move back to where? Word, the bottom first line. So move to word. We already create the move to word before, right? So we can create again, move to word. And fifth, because after the carrot is moved to the word, it's facing to south. So it need to turn left, right? So once again, so we start from the first high-level task, 3 tasks, collecting all beeper. Then second, we put beeper and return home. So we are solving the first task. So first, to collect all beeper, we have collecting all beeper in one line. Okay, how can you create such a thing? Using this one. 5 steps. Turn left. Okay, turn left and collect all of them, and turn around, move toward, and turn left. So we can code it. So let me. Yes. So this is a collect one tower. Collect one tower is here. So collect one tower is a 5. So let's follow the exactly same thing here. Turn left, right? And collect the line of beeper, right? Then turn around. Then move toward, then turn left. Okay, so this is a collect one tower. If you run this program, it will be error because you can see the turn left we have, and this one is error. The turn left is okay, but these 3 we do not have. We need to create. So easy one first. So we know how to create the turnaround. So turnaround is the turn left, 2 times of turn left. We already did before, okay? So we create. And what about the move toward? So we create the move toward the last time. Do you remember that? So move toward, we can use what? We can use the while loop, right? So move toward. So why? So for why, what we can use? So there are test function in the reference. So among the test function, front is clear. That's what we use. Okay. Please, if you do not remember the test function, go to the carrot side and go to the references. Then we can keep moving. Very simple. So we serve the move toward and the turn around. Then what about this? Collect the line of beeper. So we need to create this. So collect line of beeper. So how can we collect the line of beeper? It's a while loop, right? So we can keep collecting the beeper. So if you go to the, let's do the reference. So you can see there is a function test beepers present. If there is a beeper, pick up, okay? Otherwise, it's done. So we can use the beepers present. So why? Beeper, the present, okay? Doing what? We can pick beeper, okay? Don't forget the colon. Okay, that's it. Then we need to move, okay? So if front is the clear, because if that is the end of work, it's facing the work, we cannot move, it's a crash. So if front is clear, then move, okay? So let's see, if beepers present, if there is a beeper, pick beeper. Then if front is clear, move, okay? Then keep doing until no beeper, right? So, we a lot of things to do, a lot of things that we did. So let's explain again. Let me go back again. So first we identify the 3 problems. Then create the 3 main function, the main task. So collect all beeper. So to collect the beeper, we need to collect 1 tower, 1 line, then move, and next. So collect the 1 tower. So turn left. And as we have seen here, collect the line of beeper and turn around and move toward and turn left. That's the procedure. To collect all beeper in 1 tower. Okay? Then for this collect the line of beeper, we can use the while loop, beepers present. If there's a beeper, pick it. Then if the front is clear, and move. Otherwise, it's stop. Okay, let's run the program. And let me clear this part. Then like this, and run the program. This time, Carol is moving up and move. Yes. So somebody may be curious, why is the stop here? Because here we didn't use the while loop yet. This is also another things you need to consider. You don't have to complete all the code, everything. So nobody can do that. Instead, you need to test every time. So, but today, so I'd like to speed up, so I didn't test a lot, but even you can test every step, whether your code is working or not. Okay, so I'd like to give you time to follow up to this one, okay? So first, why don't you create the 3 main tasks, 3 main functions? Then the first task is collect all beeper. It's not done yet. It's not complete code yet. We will do, but we solved the part of it, main part. So we dig into from top to bottom to solve the problem. Okay. Then if you do not see if you cannot remember all this code, let me try to make it bigger, and you guys can see more. But you don't have to worry about it. Instead, you can use the solution file. So solution file is the complete code. You don't have to copy and paste. Instead, just refer if you do not know what to do. So let me open this one, please. try to complete the collecting the buffer first line. Okay. Yes, but at that time, it started, Justin started from the high level. High level means the first problem, that problem that you are going to solve, then break down into the smaller problem. So if you are done up to this, please give me a thumbs up. If you cannot follow, please use the solution file. Okay. Okay, very nice. Okay, very nice. Please use your full name so then I can see who you are. Okay, so many students did, so we can move to the next step. So we solved the problem. Let me show you again what is the current result. Okay, so if you run the current code, the caret can pick up only first line. So which means we need to make the caret keep moving next, get all the people in one tower and move and get all people another tower and so on until the last one. So we are going to change. Then from now on, it's very simple. So some of the students already completed. So let's modify what? Collect all people. Okay. So yes, collect all people. How? Why? Yes, correct. So we can use collect all people if front is clear, right? If the front is clear, then we can use the collect one buffer and move, right? Do you think that it works? What do you think? Let's try. Let's run the program. So here is it. Run the program. It takes a time, so let me speed up a little bit. So caret second, third, very nicely done, and so on, and moving. Yes, it looks good. Yes, it looks like good. Do you think that it's perfect to collect all people? What do you think? Anyone? Anyone? So is it perfect or not so far? No, what do you think? Why? It's not perfect. Justin? Yes, last column. So anyone who remember what is this kind of problem? Yes, this is a nice, Daniel. It's a fence post problem. Let me use the different word. So I provide another word. So if you go to the 9 word, there are another one, beeper, collect this. Okay. Oops, it's the last column. So no. So I intentionally tried to put, but I forgot. So anyway, so if you see this one, the after move, so we need to do what? Always another the post we need to put, right? So that is, or not this, not here. So collect all beeper. Yes, here we need to collect the last column. Yes, avenue like this. Okay, then it's a fence post problem. Last post we need to put. This is kind of pattern. Okay, so this is a very useful pattern whenever you are using the while loop. While and doing something, and don't forget the another one. It's a very useful a loop pattern. Okay, then we can, let's check whether it works or not. So run the program. Yes, so if you, even though you have the sum of the beeper here, it works. So the next one is, so we complete the problem of the collect all beeper, this. Okay, the next one is drop all beeper. It's relatively easy. I'd like to give you a chance to complete the drop all beeper. Okay, so why don't you try drop all beeper? So how can you drop all beeper? Anyone, any idea? Anyone? How can we drop all beeper? Yes, so we can use the while loop. Okay, until when? Okay, until there is the beeper in a bag. So let's solve the problem together. We can use a while loop. While for until when the beeper, so in bag. So if you check the reference, there is the test function, beepers in bag. If there's a beeper, put beeper. How many times? Until the beeper is empty, out of beeper. Okay, that's very simple. It's just a 2-line code using what? While loop. That is the power of a loop. Okay, then do not move to the next function. Instead, the test. This is called, there's a specific name of this. It's called the unit test. So this is a really useful technique when you are doing the really big project. So you can apply the top-down refinement approach, but for each step, you can test it. So before we move to the next function, run the program. Then see, little bit speed up. Yes, so you can see barely see 25. So the carrot put beeper, 25 beeper on the corner, bottom right corner. Okay, so we solved the second main problem here. Then last one is return home. Where is the return home? Return home is here. It's your job. So why don't you try right now? If you couldn't follow so far, please go to the solution file. Solution file, then use the solution. But I strongly suggest to try by yourself Okay, but if you cannot follow, please use the comment explain for each function, and also you can follow me. Okay, so why don't you complete the return home? It's your job to complete. Okay, so one more time. So we start from the very top of the problem. So that is collecting beeper, but we identify the three main tasks. First one is collect all beeper and drop all beeper. Right now you are doing return home, three main tasks. Then if you are managing really big project, you can assign the several person to the first task, and the other two person for the drop all beeper. Another person, the last person, can do the return home separately. Then manager can combine into one. Even for the first problem, collect all beeper, regarding to the collect beeper, you don't have to start the while loop. It's not recommended. Just the chop, the problem. Okay, dig into the what is the main problem. That is the collect one tower. Okay, if you can solve this collect one tower, it's easy to solve the other. So collect one tower, so you can create the collect one tower. Then identify how collect one tower is organized. So first turn left and collect all the line of sequence of beeper and turn around and move back to the word, bottom word, then turn left. So 5 steps. So we already did this, and this is very easy. Then you can implement this one. Collect the line of beeper. How can we do that? Using while loop. Very simple. Then move back to the drop the beeper. Okay. Then it's a 2-line code as we have seen. Oh, by the way, there's a fence post problem here. So we can use a while loop using the test function that apply another post is to collect one tower. Okay. If you are done for all the code and run the perfectly, please give me thumbs up. Then I can see who are done. Okay, please give me thumbs up if you are done. Okay, very nice. But this time is very weird. I cannot see the name. Yes, very nice. Okay. Shani, very good. And then here, okay. Then let me finish. I'm going to also try to finish the return home. So return home is, I'd like to first turn around. I have the turn around, so I don't have to code it again. Turn around. I always typing error. T-U-R-N around. Okay. Then do I need to code? Instead, we have moved toward. So we already create this one, move toward. So we can reuse. That is power of such a decomposition or the top-down approach. We can reuse as a function. So move toward. Okay. That's it. Pretty much that's it, but it's better. The carrot is facing west. So we can make the carrot turn around like this. Don't you think? Do you think that it works? Let's try. Let's try. So run the program. If you are not patient, speed. See what's going on. Do you think it works or not? Let's see whether it works. So far, so good. 25, the beeper. Yes, go back. Yes, very nice. We are done. Okay, but it's not done yet. It's just only one case. We are not sure whether it works for the other problem. So let's change the word. So I provide another word, beep, collect, Carol 2. So please select. So this one is slightly different. Okay. So in this, at this time, the Avenue 4, Avenue 6, and Avenue 9 are empty. The other, like the, for example, 3 is all the way top north. So I'm not sure whether it works. If your program is perfect, it should work. Otherwise, it will be crashed. Run the program. A little bit fast. Yes, pretty much. Okay, even the 3rd Avenue is perfect. And we can complete the task. Oh, not yet. So put it back. This time also 25. Yes, turn around. It's perfect. Okay, very nice. Okay, so we solved the very, very complicated, toughest, the most difficult problem. How? We have used one of the software engineering method. It's a top-down approach. And in other words, it's refinement or decomposition. Whatever the name, you don't have too much worry about it, unless you are computer science major or the the IT job or developer job. Unless, so you don't have to worry about the problem, because so actually, if you look back the real life, as we have done in the beginning of class, so you select the first method, second method. We already used a similar approach to solve any kind of problem. Okay, so we decompose the problem top to bottom, then make the function, then eventually to solve the problem. So one more time, for your understanding of the decomposition, let me open my iPad. Okay, so we start from the main problem. Then this collection or beeper use what? Collect one tower. So we identify the next problem, collect one tower. This collect one tower use while loop, using what? Until front is clear. And we can collect the many tower like this. Okay. Then this collect one tower has the how many steps? We identify the 5 steps. Okay. So we implement some of them. Like the first turn left. Okay, if you remember, and so pick the beeper in sequence and turn around, move toward, and turn left. This we identify the 5 steps. Okay, then after we solve this problem, then move to the next drop all beeper. So drop all beeper. So how? And so we can use the while loop until as long as there is a beeper in the back, and return home. It's a very easy, simple problem. So we can turn around and move toward and turn around. So as you can see over here, so to solve the very complicated problem, we start from the top. Identify the 3 main tasks. Then for the first task, identify another task and another. It's a dig into and make them simple. Once we solve this problem, and the second, third is quite easy. Okay, but for each step, for example, there exists fans post problem we need to solve, and also each and everything has something detailed. So to overcome, we need to do the test every step. Okay, test with sometimes you don't have to test with all the data. Instead, just a simple the case you can test it. Then finally we can solve the problem. Okay, solve this entire problem. Okay, thanks so much for your attending today. That's all I prepare for the episode 9. So before we end, I'd like to check how much you guys understand for this. Today's lecture, please respond how much you like. And also, next class will be the last episode of the season 1, the Anyone Python with the Carol. So, but I'm thinking the one more special episode the next week, Tuesday. At the time, we are going to run the kind of final exam, not the final exam, it's kind of competition or the programming contest with the Carol. I'm going to give the 3. The one is very easy, second is kind of intermediate, third one is really difficult, not really. So it's a difficult problem, but eventually you are able to solve the problem. So Tuesday is the next week. Tuesday is a special, the spin-off session. So where you to do that, please review all the material and study. If you missed any class using the recorded video, then finally you can complete the Anyone Python with the Carol season 1. I'm going to end the poll. This is today's result. It's pretty much better than last time, but we have less participants. But keep working, okay? So we learned most of the technique with the Carol. So next class, I'd like to introduce one last important thing, which is the variable. Okay, thanks so much for your participation. And thank you. Please shout out to the Unji and Trinity. Every class they are working hard voluntarily. So thanks so much and stay safe. And we will see on Friday. I'm going to be available a few minutes, and you can ask any question if you have. Okay, thank you.